Live from Orrville, Ohio, it is playoff football here on CVC TV as the Independence Blue Devils face off against the Dalton Bulldogs in this Division 7 Region 25 regional quarterfinal here on CVC TV. Our broadcast presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Hello, everybody. Double Anthony Alford, Jake Underwood here, Kevin Arnold off tonight. And Jake, it is round 2 of the playoffs, the old round 1 of the postseason, and so much going into this game. And the first thing, Jake, that we mentioned, the first thing we see coming into matchups like this, you got two teams who haven't seen each other, but you mentioned there's tape all over on YouTube, from our games. We had Independence earlier in the season. So based on film study, what are some of the things you're looking for coming into this game for both of these teams?
Well, we know that Dalton, they got the two-headed running back. That's going to be the main thing. And something that I noticed about Independence, if they could spread the field, if they can spread the field and, spread them out a little bit, it's going to be a really long day for Independence. So it's going to, for Dalton. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly if Dalton can contain that speed threat that Independence has. If Independence is going to be able to stop the running game for Dalton, it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to be able to do that. Either way, as you said, it's round 2 of the playoffs. It's going to be exciting.
It is. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be a fun time. Now, we've seen the Bulldogs earlier this year. Kevin and I had the call at Cuyahoga Heights. It was an incredible game. We're going to talk about Case McGee. He had the walk-off game-winning field goal earlier in that game.
And he's got a crazy leg. We watched him kick a 50-yard field goal in warm-ups.
It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. Independence, they're coming in. They have a lot of speed there. You got Michael Tolmer in there at quarterback. Kyle Zigma, he's in there. So there's going to be a lot of expectation here for the Blue Devils and the Bulldogs, rather.
Well, yeah, and if you're Independence, you gotta get them to worry a little bit. Play those safeties up a little bit more than Dalton's going to want to. And as soon as you get that opportunity, we know number 6, Kyle Zigma, he has that speed that he could get over. He could open up opportunities to the point that Tomer's going to be able to put the ball right in there. And if they're able to do that, if they're able to get Dalton to play up a little bit more than they want to, this is going to be a very long day for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. As both teams are getting ready to come out onto the field, the Bulldogs of Dalton, they're coming out over in the south end of the end zone. They're going to be coming out to the field. Got the tunnel that's going to be set up here pretty soon. It's always exciting. You talk about the playoff atmosphere. You got both fans coming out. Now, Dalton, this is not their home stadium. They're only 10 minutes out from their home stadium.
Right.
Their whole stadium is on grass. So they're here at Orrville kind of hosting. Now, what's interesting is that because it's not their home stadium, the bands actually lined up on the wrong side. So they're walking across
So they're getting ready now.
Meanwhile, the Independence Blue Devils, you see in the background, are coming out to the field right now. Incredible. And both of these teams, they're kind of working out the kinks as well. But we see the Independence Blue Devils coming out to the field. The Dalton Bulldogs now go across midfield, ready to go here for the second week of the playoffs. And Jake, at this stage here, as we're about a minute away from kickoff, this is not the first game of the playoffs anymore. You've been through the routine. You got the nervousness out of the system. It's football. And mindset-wise, what are both of these coaches telling their players heading into a game like this?
Well, I think, just focus on what you do and do it correctly. It's as simple as that. You've already won one game. That's the good thing about it. You've already been in a playoff game. You've been in a situation where the pressure is going to be on. You know how to handle it. So go out there, handle your business, do what you do. Don't worry about what anybody else is going to do. Don't worry about that. Do what you do. make sure you do correctly what got you here in the first place. That's what you have to stick to. If both teams do that, they're going to be all right. Don't get caught up in the emotion of the moment. I know that's hard, especially for the seniors, and there's a lot of them playing tonight. Don't get caught up in the moment. Compose yourself. You got here for a reason. You're here for a reason. It's because you're a good football team. Now go show it.
Absolutely. Independence Blue Devils last week defeated Toronto 44-13. Dalton defeated Matthews 41-0. So both of these teams coming in with a lot of momentum, all ready to go. Dalton won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half. So the Independence Blue Devils, they're going to get the ball first to get this thing started.
Yeah, and if you're Independence, you want to start off quick. And they're fast. We were watching them in warm-ups. They're a very quick team. I'm excited to see the game speed when they're running plays and everything. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Here we go. Week 2 of the playoffs. We're happy to have you guys along. Anthony Alford, Jake Underwood, and we are underway. Bit of a pooch kick there and fair caught at the 34 to get things going for Independence offensively. And we saw him earlier in the season. We mentioned during the pregame hit. But Michael Talmer, he is the quarterback here. And Jake, you've seen him for the first time during warm-ups. This young man has an arm on him.
Yeah, and he's accurate. That's the main thing. I mean, anybody could toss a football 50, 60 yards. As weird as it sounds, you can teach that. Accuracy, not so much, and a lot of the warm-up throws right on the dot where you want them.
So here we go. Got trips here on the near side. Got one receiver high on the far side. And we're going to start with a pass here on first down. Outside, and that's caught at the 40. Good hit, but that will be caught on the outside there. And the Independence Blue Devils moving right along here down at the 40.
Yeah, really a nice play to the outside. When you look here, you could see he's making the read. Tomer's doing what he needs to do. Nice little quick pass caught there by the receiver. Good hit by Dalton. That's what you're going to want to do. You kind of want to get in their head a little bit. You know, if you catch the ball, you're going to get hit. That's what Dalton did there.
Pasquarello there with the completion. Here is Corrigan running up the middle. Got a few yards there, coming up with a 3rd and short. And here's another young man who is just an unbelievable athlete offensively, and we're going to also see him defensively, Corrigan, and he's going to be ready to go.
Yeah, surprisingly, that's something that I noticed when looking at these rosters and the starters. They have a lot of two-way players, so it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to catch up with them later in the game.
3rd and 1. This play will be stopped in a timeout by the Blue Devils early in this one to get things started here. So, again, just kind of moving along. Just want to, again, thank Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. And you see their logo on the top right corner. They've been our title sponsor this year for CVC TV. So I want to thank them. Their practice, diagnoses, and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. Early start here. Got an early timeout, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're Independence, Dalton gets the ball at half. You want to make sure that, you know, your players are composed. You want to make sure you got the right play here. First drive of the game, especially in a playoff game, very important.
3rd and 1. And a flag on the play. We anticipate a false start. And that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're coming out of the timeout. This is what we talked about a little bit, right, Double A, where you can't let the moment get to you. This is what you're doing here. You called the timeout. Obviously, some things weren't lining up right, so at that point you want to try to, you know, compose yourself, get it together. That's what they did with that timeout and then a false start. I mean, 3rd and 6 is a lot worse than 3rd and 1. Still good positions, but not great.
3rd and 6 against a 3-4 defense for the Bulldogs. Got pressure. Throw, and incomplete. Incomplete pass. And for the Blue Devils, they're going to go out and punt.
Yeah, it looks like it was Beecher that just couldn't bring it in there. Really, I mean, not a bad play at all. And you can see it here. Tomer reading over the defense. Double A, you said it was in a 4-3 or 3-4, excuse me. Tomer's There he goes. He gets a snap, fakes it to the running back, throws it right over the middle. Nice little window, maybe a little too low, but still a nice pass. Put it where he could catch it, but Beecher just couldn't bring it in.
Absolutely. Here is the booming punt there, going to be landed near the 30. It's going to be picked up on the run and immediately tackled down a little bit past the 40 right there. And the Bulldogs of Dalton will be on offense to start here, Jake.
Well, and I'll tell you, that was a smart play by Jaden Malone, the returner there. He saw that block, really nice block. You heard the crowd react to it. And he saw that there was an opportunity to gain some extra yards. So he gets that ball, tucks it away, gets a few extra yards, which is always going to help out when you're going to have an offensive drive, especially the first one of a playoff game.
Yeah, Malone, you're going to see him all three phases. He's lining up at receiver, setting up for quarterback Ethan Stoltz, number 12, and he's under center right now for their first offensive play. And going up the field, Slayblock breaking through, and Slayblock will go in for the touchdown.
What a play.
Incredible run, and Slayblock will score the touchdown. Good run right up the gut for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was an incredible play. I mean, Schultz gave it to he ran like a grown man, AA.
Yes, he did.
Saying, get off of me.
Jaden Slaybach there was just absolutely incredible here. Here's Miller to kick the PAT. A little bit of a high snap, but gets that up, and it's good. And with 10:33 to go, the Dalton Bulldogs on the board first off of one offensive play, 7-0 over Independence.
And, yeah, you could see it here. They line up. They got three guys in the backfield there behind the quarterback, so the defense knows it's going to be a run. But you could see here, Slayball just finds that opportunity, finds the hole, breaks the tackle, and at that point he just turns on the jets. He gets in there. Nice little ball placement there. He got the ball over the plane. That's what you want to do. And he got in there for the touchdown. Really nice play.
And that's why, you even hesitation from me, because I didn't know if he was going to get that ball placement in the end zone there. Good run there. Great blocking up front, too. And for the Blue Devils, first off, you look at this young man right now, Slaybach. This man's a talent. He's talking to his coaches right now. Absolute talent. Rick Adams, head coach for the Independence Blue Devils. What is he saying right now to his defense? Because it's like most of his defense is going to be back right on special teams in the offense.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. Especially one-play drives, you cannot do that. So compose yourself. It's only a one-score game. That's the good thing about it. It's only a one-score game. So compose yourself, get back in there, and tie this game up.
Getting these kicks here, the short kicks now. High Night is kicking off, and again, that's fielded. So Independence not getting a return here through that second kickoff, as that ball will be fielded at the 35-yard line.
Well, and I mean, based on what we've seen so far, Dalton's defense seems to know what they're doing. They're causing a little bit of pressure because they are getting in there. They're almost hitting Tomer almost every play thus far. But if it wasn't for that drop pass by Beecher, where if it was just up a little bit more on the throw, it would have been all right. But that's the game of football.
We're going to have a flag once again here to get things started, and it's going to be the second false start on the Blue Devils.
Yeah, you can't get in your own way. So now if I'm Coach Adams, I'm wondering what's going on here. What is it? Is it something where the defensive line at Dalton's kind of getting in their head? Are they hesitating? What is it that's causing the players to jump off sides and getting some false starts? It is only a one-score game. We're still in the first quarter, so there's plenty of time left. But you can't let the little things get to you now.
45-minute trip between Independence and Oroville here. That was the bus ride to get here. Here is the snap. Tomer going deep here, set up the screen, and that's incomplete. Out of the hands of Corrigan. 2nd and 15 coming up.
Yeah, you want that one back if you're number 22. That's a tough one. That is. I mean, there's no other way to put it. That's a tough one. Defense did what they needed to do, though. It didn't look like he was going to get too many yards on it. Dalton's got a good defense right now so far with what we're seeing. They get to the ball. They get to the ball carrier, which is what you want to do.
And, again, just looking at them, you know, on film, Dalton, the Bulldogs, that 3-4 defense, their linebackers, they move out to the perimeter. Here's Tomer rolling out to the left side. That is intercepted. Intercepted by the Bulldogs, coming right up the field, and has nobody in front of him as well. Malone will be untouched to the end zone. A pick six for Jaden Malone, but there is a flag on the field. There is a flag on the field. But nonetheless, an interception on the play will await the call.
Yeah, Malone just taking advantage of the opportunity there. Good play. You know, you always want to get into the end zone.
So we'll see what the So we had a blindside block on the return, but the Bull, we hear a couple of the fans.
He didn't like that. He wasn't a fan. He didn't like that. Yeah, so you can see here, Tomer's under pressure. I mean, Dalton's doing a good job. You can see the block there by 22 on the linebacker. He just kind of throws it up, underthrows it a little bit. Malone there to make the play. You can see they're starting to get some blocks downfield. That's the perfect execution. Makes a nice little move there. Whoop. Gets around the blocker, able to get in there.
But with the penalty, Dalton will keep the football as that penalty happened on the return. And now the second offensive drive, second offensive play for the Bulldogs coming up right now with 10-12 to go in this opening quarter. Stokes will keep it up the field. He's going to gain a bunch there on that play there, going right up the field, setting up a second and short.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 3 or 4. I mean, that's a pretty good play there on first down. You know, you're starting to flip it a little bit. You flip the field at that point. That's what you want to do. Because you might be starting to get into Independence's head here a little bit. They should be down 14-0 hypothetically.
Look at this formation here. You got 4 receivers right down here at the bottom of the screen here as we set up a 2nd and 3. Stutz will keep it and will get the first down. So, Jake, was that a point of just spreading out the defense just to set up that run, the quarterback keeper?
It seemed that way, and it worked. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to give Dalton's coaches credit. You know, Coach Dial, that's what you want to do. You want to try to spread out Independence's defense. That's the main thing that they need to do, because that's going to open up opportunities later in the game for the running game, and we're already seeing it pay off here. So now if the Blue Devils defense starts to creep up a little bit, then you could go over the top, which ironically we heard Independence talk about.
Absolutely, and that's been their bread and butter.
Yep.
But meanwhile, here's the Bulldogs going after it here on the left side. Here's Slaybach. Slaybach, hard to bring down. He's still on his feet and down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it was Chase Milensky that got him down. Slayball just weaving, going in and out, and you can see it here. So he was actually the man in motion, wasn't even in the backfield. They give it to him. He makes a nice move there, making the man miss, able to break some tackles, stay in bounds. He was tight-roping it a little bit, and then they finally get him down. With the way that he's running, it's going to take 2 or 3 guys to get him down. So Independence is going to need to either start wrapping up, getting him to the ground, or it's going to be a very long day.
And again, the Bulldogs, after an interception, a Talmer interception, they're back at it here. Going up the gut here, Slaybach gaining yards. He's going to be close to the end zone, will be down. Mark that at the 1, it looks like, setting up a 2nd and go.
Yeah, it was Colin Hall that got in there to make the tackle. I mean, I'll tell you what, and you can see it here. He's a downhill runner. He just finds that hole. The offensive line just opens it up for him, and he's able to get in there, and he fell forward, and he got another 2 yards.
Also credit Tate Geiser there, the other tailback. He's handling a bunch of the blocking responsibilities, and that's the run up the gut. Speaking of Geiser, he's the one that scores the touchdown for the Bulldogs. And off of the interception, 6 more points on the board for the Dalton Bulldogs with 8:24 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Dalton's just taking advantage of some opportunities here that are opening up. I mean, really, the Dalton offensive line right now, they are quick off the snap. They're playing an incredible game. Wow, yeah, the offensive line looks really good.
They look good. They're getting their blocks. Here's Miller with the extra point, and that's good. And with 8:24 left to go in the first quarter, the Dalton Bulldogs, they're up over the Blue Devils 14-0.
Yeah, so you can see here, I mean, it's just a run right up the middle. That's smash mouth football. Dalton's offensive line, they just pushed everybody off the line. There's really no other way to put it. Running back was able to get in there, score the touchdown. That's how you want to do it. I mean, Dalton's being very physical right now. And
yes.
That's how you want to do this because, and we talked about it a little bit in pregame, Independence is kind of a finesse team. They're quick. You know, they're quick, they're fast. So if Dalton can slow them down a little bit, which they have so far, it's still first quarter, but they have so far, this could get out of hand. But Independence needs to answer back here, start to get that confidence back. They need to have a long drive, AA. They need to have a long drive to build that confidence back up and be good to go.
So here's the third kickoff of the game here. The first two have not resulted in returns. They've been high pooch kicks. I think that's a good way to call it.
Yes.
And this will be a squid kick. And that forces a return going up the gut here and down at the 38 there. Kornick there with the return.
Yeah, Kornick got his hands on it. I'm just glad. Those are hard to catch. They're bouncy. You know, you're not sure where it's going to go exactly, but he got his hands on it, able to get a few yards, which is what you want to do. Now let's see if the offense can start. I really think right now is an important drive for Independence. They just got to start to build a little bit of momentum.
Absolutely. By the way, check out ChagrinValleyConference.com. We got a few CVC teams facing off. We'll update the scoreboard throughout the night. ChagrinValleyConference.com. All the action here. Here's Corrigan going up the gut there, gaining a few yards on that play.
And that's what you want. That's what you want right now. Corrigan able to pick up some yards there. You know, it looks like he picked up about 3 or 4 yards, which is what you want to do. Slowly but steady, chip away.
Reimer with the tackle, low snap. Talmer will keep it. We'll gain a couple yards, a few yards out of that, setting up a 3rd and short.
Yeah. You know, Dalton's defense swarming, getting to where they need to go. It's interesting to see Talmer running it and not throwing it.
3rd and 2 from the 46-yard line. Corrigan will keep it. He gets the first down and more. And he's going to be down. Somebody lost their shoe out there, but he'll be down at the 42 and a first down for the Independence Blue Devils.
Yeah, it was Bryce Johnson, the junior, that was able to get in there and get him down. Independence starting to build up that momentum, that steam a little bit. That's what they need to do.
And we got a stoppage of play here. Just got to get that shoe on.
That's
You
right.
gotta have your cleats on.
You think when he ties him, he says, "Make me like Mike"?
Maybe. We'll talk to him after the game.
Right,
Maybe
we'll ask him.
Clock continues to run here. 7:14 to go. Talmer will drop back. Gap protection. That is caught on the outside, but good defense there for the Bulldogs. And moving on there, but good gain, about 5 or 6 yards there.
Yeah, it looks like Malone and Siders was able to get in there, and you can see it here. Really weird because 2 Independence wide receivers are going for the ball. They really weren't sure who was going to get it. Luckily, somebody got it. They were able to get some yardage there.
Here we go. Another run here up the gut, and they're going to stop for the Bulldogs. Minimal gain on that one as Talmer kept it.
Yeah, and if you're that's what you need to do if you're Dalton. Don't be scared to get in there. Swarm. Get it there as quick as you can and get them down.
3rd and 4 from the 36 there. Dropping back. Got pressure. Talmer's going to run to his left, and that's incomplete. I'm wondering if they were setting up a screen, Jake, and it just did not work out.
Yeah, it looked like that's what they were going for. A nice little screen pass to Corrigan. Unfortunately, it just didn't develop, and you can see it here. Dalton's defensive line, it's one in the trenches, and you can see you got number 64, number 23 getting in there. They're just not able to get an opportunity for Talmers to set his feet and get that throw off.
They will go for it here, Independence here on 4th down. Got protection, throws, that's that arm, and that is caught. Caught at the 1-yard line and off of the 4th down. Able to make that one Beecher. And he will get it down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Beecher making up for what happened earlier in the game with that pass over the middle. A little low, couldn't get his hands on it. That one he got his hands on. Really a nice play.
And they needed that one. Let's take a look at that play again.
Yeah, so you can see here Talmer reading over the defense, offensive line able to hold their blocks, puts it just perfectly right in his hands. as I believe it was Malone that was on him. So we've already seen Jaden Malone able to
Tomer
make the
will
covers.
keep it here and will get into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's they needed that. They needed that after 2 rough first drives. They really needed to get into the end zone. They know they belong here, but now they know because they can look at the scoreboard and see the result of their successful drive. Nice long drive for them. That's what they needed.
And think about it, again, off of the 4th down. That was off of 4th down, able to get that big play. Here's McGee. He boots it. It might hit the car. This guy. We had them on CVC TV earlier in the year. He hit the game winner.
Right.
This kicker, Casey McGee, is incredible. Let's take a look at the score.
So yeah, you could see just a basic option play. Tomers keeps it. He sees the defense bite when he fakes the handoff to Corrigan, able to move it to the outside, get that touchdown.
Absolutely
incredible. You can't ask for a better result, AA.
Yeah, you really can't. The Chagrin Valley Conference is a proud partner of FRST, First Responders for Sports Trauma, Course, and Physicians Ambulance. Due to this important partnership, FRST has helped prepare our first responders on the sidelines and throughout the league to consistently and expertly respond to trauma on the field and play. Thank you to Precision Ambulance and FRST for keeping our CVC community safe. For more information about this partnership, visit ChagrinValleyConference.com. So, Jake.
Yes.
Welcome to playoff football.
Right? It's been a while. It has been a while.
The stink, though, the previous drive, Tomer throws the interception. The Bulldogs were able to drive down and score. And the Blue Devils, again, a 4th down, get that big play to Beecher and then score. It's incredible.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do, especially when you're down 14-0, still the first quarter. You just want to get that monkey off your back. That's what it is. You feel that pressure, get it off, get in the end zone. That's what you need to do.
That kick return was fair caught there. So Johnson there with that. So the Bulldogs back out on the field. And defensively, however, for the Blue Devils, there's some adjustments that need to be made.
Yeah, there are. There definitely are. And we know what it is, but here's the issue, and you could see it right now with the way that they're lined up. They're still running the ball out of this formation. So if you're on the defense, you don't know what to expect, and that's what's catching them off guard right now.
So 5 wide. You got 3 in a bunch on the perimeter. Stokes will throw. That's going to be caught. And break it away for the first down, and down past midfield. That is Owen Betty. And gets it down. Corrigan makes the tackle, but also a big gain.
Yeah, and I mean, that couldn't have worked out better. There is a flag on the field, but Owen Beatty able to make an opportunity. We're noticing with Independence right now, they're not able to tackle right now. Dalton's slipping out of the tackles.
Well, you was mentioning about the crazy formations. Well, everybody has to line up correctly, and that just didn't happen with the legal man downfield. So that wipes out the big play,
right.
5-yard penalty, and that's a break for Independence.
Oh, it definitely is, and it's a break that's needed. But we'll see how Dalton can answer back here.
1st and 15 from the 23. Again, thank you for joining us here on CVC TV. Anthony Alford, Jake Underwood here with you along with our entire team. Stoltz will throw. That will be caught and down. Malone gets the catch and stopped right there for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Jaden Malone getting his number called again. They're able to get the yardage, majority of the yardage back, which is what you needed to do there. Good play. Just move it right along. That's what you need to do now.
Kyle Zigma there makes the tackle. 2nd and 6 from the 32. 5:30 to go here in this opening first quarter. Exciting game here to get this Division 7 Region 25 postseason. You see the flag. Got to run here up the field. Here's Slaybach. He's gaining big yards. He's getting the blocking, but an early flag once the play started.
Yeah, I mean, Slayball, just when he has the ball in his hands, he's a very dynamic player. And that's what we're seeing right now. He's able to take an opportunity and run with it, literally. Like, he's able to get the ball, run with it, and put his team in a good position.
Looks like they picked up the flag. So it'll be a first down on that one. Slaybach has been absolutely incredible for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Interesting. There it is, to see if they go right back to him.
So here we go. 5:10 to go in this first quarter. Dropping back, got pressure, got the receiver right there, Betty, and down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, so Schultz was actually under pressure there. They were able to, somebody got past the offensive line. Guy in his face, he still completed the pass to Beatty, which you like to see. Could have been a very negative play, AA, but they were able to get 6 yards out of it.
Corrigan made the stop there, and again, you're going to hear his name, again, offensively, one of the stud linebackers on this Independence team. Here's a throw, Betty there on the outside. He has open field. Will he get the block? He does, and it's down. Going to be down at the 20-yard line for the first down for the Dalton Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice little block by Zoldak there, able to get that block. Beatty just taking advantage of the opportunity in the open field. Independence, there really wasn't anybody around him from the defense who was able to go. Nice block, which you always want to see. That's great when wide receivers block. That's a offense's best friend, AA. So when they're able to do that, you can get yardage, and that's what they did there.
For the Bulldogs, their last loss was back on September 10th. So they've won ever since. Here's the keeper here, running up the gut here on the outside. Will he sneak in? It will be a first down, and will be marked down at the 1. Malone on the keeper, and a first and goal coming up.
Yeah, and you can see it here, Malone in the backfield. So right there, you're confused. What are they going to do? He just keeps it. So he's going to tuck it. He gets a good block there by 55, able to make a man miss. 19 in there blocking again. Gets pushed out right before the goal line. Beautiful play.
Yeah. Elliott there getting that block and just moving right along here. Stuffs back under center here on his first and goal. Get the handoff. Lead a Slaybach, and he will score the touchdown once again. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, he just you give him the ball and he starts going. He's a downhill runner. That's what it is. He's a downhill runner, able to just run over a guy, get some extra yardage. There, got him a touchdown.
His ability to turn upfield, too.
Yeah.
Like, good luck trying to tackle him on the side.
Yeah.
Here is the point after try by Miller, and that's good. And the Bulldogs lead with 3:41 to go in the first quarter. They respond 21-7.
And yeah, you can see it here. Once again, Slayball not in the backfield. They move him in motion, give him the ball, and he's able to just put his shoulder down. And just, I mean, he's a lot. He plays bigger than he is, which that's what you want. That's what you want from a running back. We see it every Sunday with Nick Chubb. We're able to see Nick Chubb doesn't look like he's a big guy, but he's able to play bigger than he is. And that's what Slayball's doing there. Keeping his feet moving, that's what you want to do. You want to fight for every extra yard that you can, and that gives you momentum when you're, especially on a turf field like this, because this is a really nice turf field. If you could dig your cleats in and just continue to move your feet and build that momentum, that'll carry you into the end zone every time.
Absolutely. And again, we're here at Oroville High School, about 10 minutes out of Dalton. Again, the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, the host teams, the home team is the host team. You do have the option to host your playoff game at another high school if you choose. A lot of times, as this kickoff will be returned and down at the 37. A lot of times, again, Dalton plays on a grass field. So you see situations in the past where you might call up your neighbor and it's like, hey, do you have this field available?
Right.
You know, for our game. It's on turf, better conditions, and for the most part, on turf, matches the speed of the home team.
Yeah, and it really does, and that's an underrated statement there.
So, back on offense, Independence. Corrigan here with the carry, and right on it. Good play defensively, staying right on it there, and just incredible play.
Yeah, Boyd Elliott got in there.
Mm-hmm. Elliott, Ramser in there as well.
Yeah, he wasn't scared to get in there with the shoulder, and you could see it here. Tomer reading over the defense, hands it off to Corrigan, and boom! He just comes in there, able to lay a shoulder pad on him. I mean, there's a few people. There's 4 defenders in there.
It's incredible.
But really, I mean, just swarming defense.
In there.
Great job.
Yeah, and again, you just see it here. Both of these guys, and here's the pass there on the outside. That is caught by Zygmunt, and Independence is going to need him. He's one of their big playmakers. They're going to need him to get things going on the outside here. 3rd and 4.
And, yeah, Zygmunt's one of those names I heard about a lot during prep.
Here's pump fake. Tomer will run, try to get the first down, and will be short. He's going to be short there.
Yeah, he's going to be short. It was a good play by, I believe that was Tate Gresser, able to get in there, stop him, which is what you want to do here. So, I mean, the pressure's going to start to be felt by Independence here a little bit. And you can see it here. Pump fake. He's trying to make the defense bite on it. Nope. He was able to get in there, knocked him out just before the first down.
4th and 3. Throw. Got it over the top. That is incomplete. Not able to get it. And the Dalton Bulldogs will get the turnover on downs.
Cade Mullet able to get in there and make a play. Almost had the interception. Pressure on Tomer. Dalton's defense is playing a lights-out stellar game so far.
And trying to combat Tomer there, who had the big arm. He made the big play in the previous drive.
Yeah.
But not able to go through there for the Blue Devils. And now the Bulldogs of Dalton is back on the field offensively. Coming back out, we will update you on some CVC playoff football scores momentarily. Again, you can check out ChagrinValleyConference.com to get those results as well. Going to have a flag. They throw those flags with authority.
Yeah, they do. They soar.
This is going to be a false start.
I mean, that flag was like 15 feet in the air.
Yes.
It soars. Wow.
Yes, it will. Let's get some scores in while we wait for the next play here. Cuyahoga Heights, they are facing JFK, John F. Kennedy Eagles. They are down right now 13-0 in the second quarter. And again, we'll get some other scores in momentarily as we get a 1st and 15 from midfield. Bulldogs have been successful up the front there and almost getting all those yards back. It was a 1st and 15. And Guys was able to get 14 yards, setting up a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I mean, could that have gone any better for Dalton? I mean, he's able to just put his head down. The offensive line and defensive line, for that matter, for Dalton, able to they're getting that push off the line, AA, and that's what you need to do, especially when you are a running team. We talked about the two-headed monster, and we're seeing it live in person.
Out here, he's on a first-name basis. We'll just call him Tate.
Tate.
That's right. Here is the carry up the gut here by Tate. And he'll get the first down.
Wow. I tell you, I appreciate a good running game. And I'm seeing it with both of these guys right now, where they just keep their feet moving. And it's so hard to do, and it's something that's not taught to running backs anymore. And you can see it here. Tate gets the ball, and watch his feet. His feet, they just keep moving. He just keeps moving, keep moving, and then they finally bring him down. But that's why it's going to take 2 or 3 guys to get him down, because he's got his center of gravity, his feet. They're squared up with his shoulders, and he's running hard. It's great. It's wonderful watching running backs run like that.
The combination between Tate Geyser and Jaden Slaybach tonight. It's been incredible. Here is Slaybach, speaking of which, on that jet sweep motion. He has been untouched to this point and will drive inside the 5. Another impressive run. And a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and you can see it here. Once again, not lined up in the backfield, so it's going to be hard to prepare for it. He moves in motion. Schultz gives him the ball. He's able to get a block from, you can see 21 there. You see number 5 getting the block. He almost made the man miss, AA. Almost makes him miss, but once again, because his feet are moving, he's able to carry that forward momentum and get another 3-4 yards.
Yeah, able to get the job done on there. Actually, Tomer actually made the saving score, but that time, Tate Geyser, touchdown for the Dalton Bulldogs.
Are we allowed to call him Tate the Tank? Because I'm feeling it.
It's his second touchdown.
I'll tell you, I mean, that's wow. I enjoy a good running, and I know I've said this already. I enjoy a good running back, and that just to watch them keep their feet moving. Plus the offensive line, the big guys, they're getting the push. This is fun to watch.
If you're
here.
a fan of offensive line play, the way the Bulldogs are performing in this first quarter has been incredible to see.
Oh yeah, it honestly it has, and even on the defensive
Miller with the
side,
extra point.
even on the defensive side, they're able to get that push off the line, and that's why they're having as much success as they are. And you can see it here. Tate gets the ball, and I mean, look, they're 5 yards downfield. The defenses, they're halfway into the end zone because Dalton's line is just able to get that push and just keep driving. So not only AA are the linemen keeping their feet going, but the running backs are keeping their feet going. That's the way that you need to do it.
I know offensive line play is not a glamorous job.
Yes, it's not the pretty one.
The way that they're blocking, they're making me excited to go out and start blocking, digging your legs in there.
No, seriously.
Boy.
I mean, they are. I mean, that's the one thing that I'm noticing about Dalton thus far in this first quarter. They are squared up. They're not letting their feet get outside of their shoulders. They're in what we would call football position. And they're able to make the plays because they have control of their selves and their center of gravity.
Mm-hmm.
So they're knocking Independence's center of gravity off, and that's why they're able to have the success and be up by 3 touchdowns.
Being
right now.
balanced, squaring your knees down there, but just enough where you can fire off of your foot.
That's right.
Yeah, you're seeing it here. Here is the high kick. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, that's drop, but able to save that one there for Independence. Morgan Chris able to just maintain the football, and the Blue Devils, they're going to get the football back, suddenly find themselves down 28-7. We're still in the first quarter.
That's right. And that's the good thing about it, okay? So don't get in your own head. If you're Independence, there's plenty of time. We've seen games happen like this time and time again. Don't get in your own head. Try to have a nice long drive like you did last time. Take advantage of opportunities that are given to you. You'll be all right.
So 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Gorgon will keep it, but just right there. The defense just ready to go. Yeah. A herd of defenders right there for the Bulldogs, and a minimum gain on the play, maybe at best a yard.
Yeah, I mean, I would list everybody that was in there, but we'd run into the next play because Dalton's defense able to just get in there. We saw the defensive line. They're not scared to have that little bit of resistance. That's what happened there. And Corrigan, a guy who we know can find opportunities, smothered. You're doing the right thing.
We'll talk in between quarters about the 3-4 defense and trying to figure out how actually, they're going to run the clock out right now. So, the end of one, Dalton Bulldogs, impressive first quarter. 28-7, Independence Blue Devils. They had to try to face adversity here and try to overcome it. Facing a 3-4 defense, Jake, is sometimes tough. You know, the standard defense is, at this level is either the 4-3 defense, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, or the 4-2-5 defense. When you're facing a 3-4 or 34 defense with only 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers, and the Bulldogs are blitzing their linebackers almost every play, how do you know offensively your blocking assignments?
Well, that's just it. You don't. And I could take a personal example from when I played. So when I played, we were going against Ashland High School, and they had a monster man on defense, and he lined up just wherever. And that was their 4th linebacker. He lined up wherever, and he would usually come at me because I was the left guard, and he would usually come right at me. But it is hard to tell. You can never tell who you're going to block for.
So this was the first touchdown at the beginning of the game here for Dalton.
Yeah, I mean, this is just – I mean, he's almost untouched. He's able to get through finds the hole that Dalton provided, the offensive line. Really a great play.
Back in the live action, and that is incomplete. Not able to find Pacquiao there and just trying to find themselves Independence.
It looks like it was Jaden Slawball that got in there to make the play. And I'm noticing the 2 names that we're talking about on Dalton right now, they're both seniors. So this is a situation where it's a smaller school. You know, they might not play football after this. There's a really good chance that could be the case. This could be their last game, and you could see they're leaving it all on the field, which is awesome to watch. 5
receivers set here, all wide out here. Low snap for Talmer. He has time. He'll throw it. That ball's high in the air, and it's incomplete. It's actually out of the hands of Malone, the defender. intended for Zigma.
Yeah, Zigma. The craziest thing is Zigma and Malone both had a chance at it, and it just kind of hung up there. Not a bad pass though. Not a bad pass. He led his receiver, but Malone just making a good play. I give Tomers credit because he threw the pick earlier in the game. Those long passes can make you nervous. You know, you get that sick feeling in your stomach of, oh, this is going to turn out okay. So the fact that he's still willing to throw it deep is a good sign for Independence.
Here is the punt. Booming punt here as Dalton had two returners lined up there. And the Bulldogs will get the football back. Both of these teams coming in, both with an 8-2 regular season record. Coming into this matchup. Now, the last time Independence lost a football game, it was to Lutheran West, 37-14, and then their opener to Columbia, 47-10. But otherwise, the Independence Blue Devils, again, we saw them on CVC TV against Cuyahoga Heights, and they have firepower. But the key to this game right now, in my opinion, is up front.
Yeah, you're spot on. That's what's going on right now. It's the offensive defensive line play. Independence has got to do a better job on the line to get back into this.
Here's Slaybach. Untouched here. He's going to get the first down. He's still on his feet, breaking tackles, driving past midfield. What a run. This young man, again, we're seeing him in person. This young man, he has it all.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's no other way to put it. I mean, that's the best way to put it. He runs hard. This is going to be a really long day for Independence's defense if they're not able to break down and tackle. That's the main thing. We talked about the center of gravity, AA. Right now, Independence, they're kind of like, you can tell they're starting to get tired a little bit, and it's affecting them.
He's going to get it right back, getting the blocking. And even so, that was one of his less impressive runs, and that's still a big game on the play. Both of their backs for Dalton are both seniors. So they got a senior backfield there. So you really see it with their leadership.
Yeah, you see the leadership and you see the experience. You know, they for high school students, for high school athletes, they have very good vision and they know where to go. And I mean that comes down to coaching, but this is a really well coached team. 2nd
and 4. And Stoltz will keep it. He will throw it here late to Betty, and he's going to get the first down. And will be down at the 35-yard line on that play for Independence. Kornak with the stop.
Yeah, and how about the heads-up play by the quarterback there? I mean, really. Betty hanging out. He knows that. He knows. Oh, we do have a flag. So I'm not. Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh. You know what it is, AA? Every time I work a game, we got something like this going on.
That is true. Let's see what it is. So that's going to be on Rick Adams and also one of the assistant coaches for Independence. And just, it's tough. You know, playoff football brings out the emotions for everyone. And the officials, they're not going to take it.
Right, and AA, you know, I'm not the type of guy that will sit here and just.
And Independence will call a timeout now just to regather.
Yeah, so if you're Independence, you can't be doing that. You can't have your assistant coach and your head coach sitting here talking and saying whatever they said to the ref. You cannot do that. At the end of the day, yeah, he's going to point to himself and say that's on me. Well, it is on you. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. It is on you. You cannot let yourself get wrapped up in the game to the fact that you lose your cool. Because what does that mean for the players on your team? You, as a head coach, you are not allowed to do that. As frustrating as it may be, but you can't do it. That's the issue. You cannot do it. You have to keep composure. Hopefully, this is going to be one of those moments that starts to bring everybody back in, because it can't get much worse, can it? You're down by 3 touchdowns. It's not even halftime yet. You just gave up a bunch of yards because of penalties on your coaches. This is where you find out, can you come back from it?
You have to wonder. I mean, this is obviously – I mean, this is a shock to the system. I don't even think we saw this coming, to be perfectly honest.
No, not at all.
I mean, just the way that this game is played out, really, and when it's a physical game like this, like, their coaches will feel, and this is just in general terms. We don't obviously know what the coaches are thinking,
Right.
In particular, but in general, when you're getting worked up front, you think there may be a couple of calls that are missed and some certain things that should be called that's not being called. And, yeah, it's the emotions of the game, especially in a win-or-go-home situation.
Right.
It's tough.
No, you're spot on. You're absolutely right with it, but you cannot lose your cool.
So, with that, 1st and 10 from the 10, and Tate Geyser will run this one. He's going to be close to the end zone down at the 2.
Yeah, I mean, Tate, we've been saying his name all night. Tate,
he's on first name status.
That's right. He is on he is on first name status. So, yeah, I mean, really a good play, able to get in there and, almost get the touchdown there.
Absolutely there. So we're right back at it here. Second to go. Running right back at it up the gut. And that'll be a touchdown for the Dalton Bulldogs. So here we go. So it's just one of those things now at this point where it's Geysers with the score. One of those things here at this point. Coming back, facing adversity. And Independent's going to have that challenge to be able to do that.
You're right. But and a positive thing is there's plenty of time left. Right, so there's plenty of time at this point. You have halftime, plus you got basically 10 minutes. So if you're Independence, you just got to kind of take a breath. You know what I mean? It's not 0-0. You'd love it to be 0-0, but you can slowly chip away at this.
Extra point is no good.
And you know what? That helps. You know what I mean? Every little bit helps. So now the fact that, this is happening, and we're going to take a look at the touchdown. Once again, the offensive line just getting that push, and Tate's able to get in there for the touchdown. But, yeah, if you're Independence, this is where, you got to take a deep breath. You're all right. You got to remember that you're here for a reason, and it's because you are a good football team. You're a well-coached football team. We've seen this. So just take a deep breath, compose yourself. You could get right back into this.
Absolutely. And throughout the year, we've had our great sponsors and just FRST, Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery, been sponsoring CVC TV all year long, and they've been fantastic. And if you are interested in sponsoring CVC TV, you go right to our website, chagrinvalleyconference.com. That's chagrinvalleyconference.com for more details. Incredible website. They got the CVC Athlete of the Week. That's something to monitor throughout the year. Of course, as we start to transition into winter sports, and also an active live scoreboard. We'll get you some other scores momentarily as well. That's all at chagrinvalleyconference.com. This return will be fielded at the 35, and that's going to be down near the 45 on that play. We had a soccer match earlier in the week here on CVC TV, so incredible. We show everything here. This conference does an unbelievable job as far as media and featuring all of these kids throughout the conference. Incredible to bring this action to you.
And it's a great opportunity for the student athletes as well. Really an all-around just great thing.
So back out offense, see if the Blue Devils can respond. Palmer will keep it, and right there defensively. And they're just trying to find something, anything that could work. And guys are able to make that play.
Yeah, guys have been all over the field tonight. But, yeah, if you're Independence, it's kind of a feeling out period right now. You're obviously it's not going the way that you want it to. But as we're saying, plenty of time left. Let's run a few different plays. Let's see what opportunities open themselves up to us.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Drop it back. Got plenty of room here. Throw. That's incomplete. Oh, man, so close there. But not able to make that play there for Zigma.
Yeah, and
third down coming up.
And that's something that we don't see from Zigma too much. So, I guess a good way of looking at it is as we're looking at the play here, Tomers gets it. Offensive line does a good job, holds its block, gets in there, just not able to get his hands on it. The good news is you still got a whole other half to go. Let's get the mistakes out of the way now. Let's compose ourselves, and we'll be ready to go.
Still 9 minutes and some change left to go in the second quarter. That ball going upfield and first down. Good play there for the Independence Blue Devils, moving up the field, setting that up right there for the first down.
Yeah, Max Tomaski able to get his hands on the ball, create an opportunity, get the first down. That's what you want to do. You want to slowly chip away at this, and there's plenty of time to do it.
Going right back at it here. Tom rolling out. Good ball placement. Oh, just incomplete, just a little bit high, but a flag coming down late after the play.
Yeah, just out of reach of the receiver there. Tomers a little bit rushed. He was throwing on the run there. You know, the little things like that. You're going to have that, you know.
Looks like we're going to have an eligible man downfield against Independence. They're going to working with the officials. And, yeah, that's what it was there. An eligible receiver downfield, wiping that one off.
Yeah, and, you know, you're going to have that. You are going to have that on those type of plays. That's a typical penalty for a play like that where you got so many moving pieces and parts and so many moving players. You're going to run into little problems like that.
From midfield, 2nd and 15. And another flag. Looks like we'll have a false start. Or illegal motion, excuse me.
Yeah, Independence, you know, it's tough because quicksand is one of the worst things that you could fall into as a student athlete. And what I mean by that is when your mind just starts racing, you know. They just got to remember they're here, and they got here for a reason.
And again, being mindful, there's so much time.
There is
left, even
plenty of time.
Oh, we got a low snap. Tom were able to pick that one up, pitches it out to the outside. Oh, right there defensively. Right there, just making a play once again.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, you could see it was to Pascarilla there. The pass, you can see they line up. They're getting situated there. Tomers gets the bobble.
Good recovery after the low snap.
It was a great recovery. Fakes it to Corrigan and then pitches it out to number 12 there.
Yeah, the Pascarella. But, again, minimum gain. Here is 3rd and 18. Tomer will run it. He's still on his feet. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And that will set up a 4th and 10. They're at the 45-yard line. Again, knowing the score right now. Playing the field position game. See what they're going to do here on the 4th down.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, either way, you know, if they punt it, okay. But I think they're going to end up going for it here. And the reason why is because you got a lot of ground to make up. And you got plenty of time. So why not go for it here? See if we could find those little things that are working for you. Because we're seeing they're putting a drive together. They just got to do a little bit more consistently.
4th and 10. 5 receivers lined up. Sharp throw. That's caught for the first down. And again, for the second time this game, Independence off of a 4th down gets a big play.
And, yeah, and you can see it here. Tomer's back. He's scanning over. Finds his handy guy there, the running back Corrigan, able to make the catch. Brought down, but that's what you need to do. Figure out what opportunities are going to be open for you.
Snap it back here, going to Tasiski, and that he's going to still – oh, we got a fumble, but that's going to go out of bounds. And play will be stopped with 7:21 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, you know, when a game's like this, that fumble going out of bounds, and we're going to take a look at the play here. Tomers gets the snap. He looks at Corrigan, which is a main threat. People are going to take that seriously. The players are. And then you see he's able to make a few moves there. And, you know, the fumble going out of bounds, sometimes you just need plays like that to happen.
Tomer is on the run, and he's caught in the backfield. Colin Jones able to make that play.
Yeah, Colin Jones, the sophomore, able to get in there, make a big play when they needed it. But we're starting to see, and you can see it here, just the push off of the defensive line there. He's able to get right past the center, right past the running back, able to get the Tomers.
Good technique there just to get up the gut there.
Right.
Slipping by and able to do that. Setting up a 3rd and 14. Now, again, for Independence, again, they converted 2 4th downs.
Yes.
Here is a pass over the middle. Corrigan makes the catch and will drive his way for the first down. So, again, the Tomer to Corrigan, that
it's working.
Combination in the passing game is working here in this drive.
Yeah, and if it ain't broke, you know, don't try to fix it. I mean, for Independence, that's what you needed. Those are those plays that we were talking about, those opportunities that they need to find. We still got 6 minutes left to go just in this half. Plenty of time for Independence.
Here's a rollout to the left side. Tomer throws, and it's intercepted in the end zone by Malone.
Yeah, Malone was on that receiver. That was some really good coverage there as he was able to get a hand in there and make that catch. Really good coverage. You know, looking at the defense and just the way that everything was lined up, and we'll take a look here. Tomers gets the snap, and you can see, I mean, everybody's pretty much covered for the most part. That was the best throw to make, in my opinion. He basically put it right on the numbers, but Malone able to get in there and make a good play.
Yeah, Tomers trying to go to Kyle Zigma, the big playmaker, and just did not happen in the end zone on that play. And I think you said it right earlier, Jake, as far as, you know, it's not the ability, of course. Sometimes, the playoff action, it's just your mind. Now, that could have actually been a live ball, yes, but it rolled out of bounds. I believe that was a backwards pass, but that's incomplete. But mentally, because physically we see it, and we've seen it all year long, right, with this football team, with the Blue Devils. But mentally, kind of focusing, getting back in, it's a challenge, obviously. You know, you're talking, again, 14 to 18-year-old kids. It's a challenge.
Yeah, and it is. And, that's where you just kind of got to come into it with the mindset of we're here for a reason. You got to remember why you're here and what got you here.
Here is Slaybach once again here rolling, getting the block down the field, rolling down the sideline. And it's going to be tough to catch him. And he'll be down at the 1-yard line. An unbelievable night for Slaybach Zigma with the touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, and, I mean, we could look at it here. One of the first times Slayball's actually lined up in the backfield. He gets he finds that hole, able to, move it to the outside. You see the wide receiver there, Zoldak, able to get a nice block. And then at that point, he just turns on the jets, able to stop him right before they score. That's what you wanted to do if you're Independence. Don't let him score on a big play. Make him earn it.
But the one thing I'll point out, too, again, senior leadership there, Zigma just staying with it. Here's the run. Slaybach will score the touchdown up the gut there. But the one thing I'll say here, sometimes with those big runs like that, it's easy to just say, let it go. Just let them score, forget about it.
You're right.
And being able to catch them like that, hustling there, you're the leader of the team, doesn't matter. I'm still going to find a way to get there.
Yeah, that's a good point. And sometimes you just kind of want to get the drive over with at that point. And if you're Independent, you want to get the ball back, right? So if you're able to get the ball back, plenty of time. And that was blocked.
Yes, it was.
That was blocked, which that's now two extra points. One missed, one blocked. It's little plays like that can start to turn things around.
And 2 straight drives where that's happened as well. So let's go back here. Here's the big run that set up the touchdown.
All right, so, you can see, once again, watch the offensive line. They're able to open up that hole. Slayball able to break an ankle tackle, just getting away from him, able to head down the sideline. And we said Zoldak got that block. He's chugging right along. Luckily, Independence's defender was able to get a hand on him, slow him down a little bit, and then they got in there for the touchdown on the next play. As you can see here, once again, watch the offensive line. The feet keep moving. Slayball's feet keep moving. That's the main thing. That's the main difference between the two right now. Independence, they're not really keeping their feet moving as much. Dalton's just getting that better push right at the start of the play.
So 5:43 to go, 40-7. Again, in the second quarter. So much here early on, but, got a little squid kick. Caught, and the knee was down at the 40, so that's where that ball will be placed here.
Yeah, Lucas Martinez was the one that was able to get a hand on that bouncing ball, which are always hard to catch. Those are some of the hardest ones. They're all over the place.
Yes, it is.
But those are little. Right now, if you're Independence, you look at the scoreboard, you're going, this is going to be hard. This is going to be tough.
I almost would say at this stage, I wouldn't even look at the scoreboard.
Right.
Only because, again, it's just you take it one possession at a time.
Correct.
You win a possession. The last drive, Independence was able to effectively drive down the field. It just didn't end well, but they were able to drive down the field.
You got to take the little things. We saw what they could do. We saw what they could do on that last drive, see if they could build off of that.
Got a flag on the play here, pre-snap. And it'll be a false start for the offense. 1st and 15 coming up. Just want to let everyone know, again, a presenting sponsor of CVC TV, so Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Dr. Keith Snyder, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Thompson. Their specialties include dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgeries. That run is up the gut. Stopped there on that play. Visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That is ohsurgery.com. Thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV.
Yeah, AA stopping that run was the senior Ellett and Ramsmeyer, both defensive linemen able to get in there and stop Corrigan on that run.
2nd and 15 from the 35-yard line. Again, spreading out the receivers. Tomer looking, sharp throw over the middle, incomplete. That was 6 versus 6. And on that one, Zigma, incomplete Betty on the coverage.
Yeah, and you could hear Independence over there. They're not too happy with it. Let's take a look, see if it was a little early. Tomer's finding, yeah.
He throws good balls.
He does. The ball's right in there, but yeah, I don't know. That was a close one. It really was. But Tomer's able to just put it on the dot. He does throw a nice ball, though, AA. You are 100% correct there.
6'1", 180-pound senior. Launches this one. Beautiful football, but that is incomplete, and a flag comes down after the play, much to the dismay of the home crowd this time.
Yeah, it was Cade Mullet, I believe, that was in there. It wasn't anything intentional, but he fell down as the receiver's trying to make the play. You can't do that. You're disrupting the play at that point. It happens, but yeah, that's a good break for Independence.
Well, and again,
that's what they need.
And that's also the situation as we're at the top of the hour. Anthony Alford, Jake Underwood here with you, 40-7. Dalton here midway through the second quarter over Independence. But that's something, again, when you take your shot, we talk about even in a pro level, you take shots down the field, there's always that chance for that. Here's Tomer. He's getting good blocking up front. He will take off. He's going to gain some yards on that play. Gain of 5, setting up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and Tate Geiser in there, I believe, on the tackle. And if now we're seeing it a little bit. Independence's O-line's able to hold some blocks. So we're starting to see things open up down the field, or if Tomer needs to tuck it and run, he can. So this could start to shift a little bit.
Tomer will keep it. We'll throw it to Zigma. And right there, Malone with the tackle. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, probably give him a yard on that one.
Yeah, Malone just got in there and made a good play. But once again, heads up by the quarterback for Independence, right? And you can see it here. He fakes the handoff, sees that it's starting to seal off. He knows that guy's on the outside, throws it over to him. Malone just made a really good play, able to get his hands on him, fight with him, and then his teammates came in, swarmed to the ball, got him down. That's good. That's just good defense.
3rd and 4 from the 44. Assuming at this point, obviously, four down territory here. Tomer throws. Just short. Just short there for Pascarella.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Yeah, Pascarella not able to bring it in. A little bit short. But the good news about that, if you're Independence, you're seeing the holes, right? You're seeing those opportunities open up. You're seeing those zones open up in the defense, and you know where you can attack now. You know the opportunities you can take advantage of and just start chipping away at that score and get back into this.
4th and 4 from the 44. I believe that was the title of a Jay-Z album. Oh, no, that's 444.
There it is.
That's what it was.
Ho.
4th and 4. Here's the throw on the outside Corrigan. Breaks loose there, and just enough for a first down.
And that's what you need to do. That's exactly what you need to do. That's what we've been watching the Dalton running backs do, right? So let's take a look here. Tomer's able to first read because he knows Corrigan's going to fight. He's like a little bowling ball, able to put his head down, keep those feet moving, get the first down.
And the balance there, using his hips too. Pre-snap there. Was trying to use the hard count. Now they get the instructions. Independence. Again, converting. I believe they converted 3 or 4 fourth downs in this game. Tomer will try to escape. He escapes the initial pressure. Looks downfield. Has a man. And it's intercepted. Intercepted by Malone. That is his second pick of the game.
What a play. And you can see it here. You know, Tomers did what he could. He kept it alive with his feet. Easily could have been brought down here by the defender. We saw it happen earlier, but no, he gets out of it. He's able to look downfield, see an opportunity. Fortunately, Malone's just making some great plays tonight. Unfortunately for Independence, able to just bring it in. That's another turnover. But once again, AA, we're seeing that if Independence, you know, they're starting to figure out what they can and cannot do against this defense.
And just to clarify, that was the second interception caught by Malone on that play. So just being right there and right back on offense, the Bulldogs caught on the outside by Malone and stopped.
Yeah, go back right to the hot hand, right?
Yes, yeah, that's what you do.
You got the momentum. So especially with a player like Malone who just seems to, I mean, he's all over the place. So why not? Give him a chance. Let's see if he can turn it into something.
Absolutely. We'll get to some scores after this play around the CVC. By the way, congratulations to Perry, who won last night. They're moving on in their postseason. Got a flag on the play, the Perry Pirates. Got a flag on the play. So while we wait for the call on that, let's go through some scores. Got an illegal shift on the offense. And again, you can check all these scores out at ChagrinValleyConference.com. Kirtland up 37-0 in the second quarter. Again, their senior class, Kirtland. They're trying to go. If they win a state championship, they're going to go their entire class, freshman to senior year, without a single loss.
Could you imagine?
It is the biggest story in the state of Ohio. We got it right here in the Chagrin Valley Conference.
I mean, that's incredible. That's definitely something that's history at that point. You know, that's something that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. Even if you're just watching it, if you're on the team, that's an incredible feat there. Wow.
Kirtland currently with the longest active winning streak in the state of Ohio. Absolutely incredible.
Wow.
What they've been able to do. We'll get you some more scores in just a moment. 2nd and 8 from the 9, rolling out to the left side. We got another flag on the play as Malone once again breaking loose, but we think this one will more than likely come back, and it will with the holding call there. Meanwhile, South Range, they're up on Crestwood right now at half, 35-0. John F. Kennedy up against Cuyahoga Heights, 34-14. And right here tonight, Dalton up over Independence, 40-7. By the way, for Independence, we will give a shout-out to Independence volleyball team, who was able to defeat Orville back in Independence 3
there you go.
sets to nothing. I think, that's how you score, 3 sets to none.
Yeah, look at you.
I know my volleyball.
Wow.
There you go. You
how about that, huh? Spike it.
There you go. I'm not going to tell you that I once pulled an injury playing volleyball in phys ed. It's a tough sport.
I always got way too competitive during volleyball. Always.
Sleigh ball getting the carry. But, congrats. Yeah, volleyball. And this is a cool thing. Again, we got volleyball scores. Give you a couple of soccer scores here. Kirtland falling to Crestfield, the boys varsity soccer, 4-1. And a couple others there as well. So check all that out on ChagrinValleyConference.com. They update the scoreboard really minute by minute. It's incredible. Sleigh ball will break loose here on the left side. And we'll be down near the 40-yard line on that play with 1:23 to go in the second quarter.
And, you can take a look here, sleigh ball lining up, and it's just one of those opportunities, man. You know, it's just wide open, and it's Tomers, actually, that gets in there to make that tackle, the quarterback. So, that's a little nerve-wracking if you're Independence. But nice tackle, able to bring him down.
And I believe here we're going to have moving up the field there. Penalty to add on there. And the unnecessary roughness. So to add on to that big play. I want to remind everyone that stay tuned. Halftime, we're going to hear from both bands. Marching bands coming up at halftime here on CVC TV. So don't go anywhere during the halftime. Marching bands will be featured. They're as much part of this journey as the football team as well. So cannot wait to feature the bands coming up at half.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see what they perform.
They're good. They're good. Get to see Independence Marching Band for the second time this season. Get to see the Bulldogs Marching Band for the first time this season. So it's going to be fun here. Slayball going up the gut, another first down.
Yeah, Michael Tomer in on the tackle, the quarterback. Slayball able to get the first down, but the good thing is, what aren't they doing, AA? They're not running it down the field completely. It's not a 70-yard run anymore, right? So slowly but surely it's moving right along, and if you're Independence, you're able to see that you can get those stops. So that's, that's pretty good. You're starting to see Independence come together here. It's fun to watch.
So as we got a timeout here, let's bring it back to the booth here real quick. Anthony out for Jake Underwood here with a few minutes, 17 to go in the second quarter. And Jake, and I'll sometimes with these games, sometimes like you're playing, but before you know it, like one play doesn't work out, a couple plays don't work out, a few plays don't work out, and then you look at the scoreboard like, whoa, how did this happen?
Yeah.
But almost had the feeling here, Jake, that the moment that Independence is able to go to the locker room and kind of regroup and reset, don't know if they're going to win the game, but
I think they'll make it close.
Should be a competitive second half.
Yeah, I have to agree with that 100%. Yeah, and Independence, I think what they're going to do is they're going to be able to just
and they get the and remember, Independence is going to have to start defensively with the ball because Dalton deferred here to the second half.
And what we're seeing is that Independence is starting to cap it a little bit. They're putting a lid on it, not completely, which you're not going to. This is a very good team. They're both in the playoffs for that reason. But
that's taken away there, and Dalton will score the touchdown.
Guess who?
And Malone once again with the big play.
Well, we were just talking about it as the play happened. So far this drive, they were able to cap and put a lid on it. And you can see here, Schultz able to make the good read under a little bit of pressure. He just makes that catch, able to make a man miss and get in there for the touchdown. I noticed with a lot of these plays for Dalton here, at least in the second half of the second quarter, so here in the last 5 minutes or so, Independence is getting very close to being able to make a play. And that's what I think they need to focus on at halftime.
Miller with the extra point.
And you're not that far away. As weird as it sounds, we have seen crazier things happen in football where turnovers, penalties, different things like that can cause momentum to switch and just sway. I think it's best for Independence to start on defense coming out because that's going to be the tone setter. That's what you're going to need to do. You're going to know how the rest of this game is going to go if you're Independence and if you're those players because you're going to have to stop Dalton. There's no other way to do it. The Devils are going to have to stop the Bulldogs. If they're able to do that, then it's going to be good stuff, and they could get right back into it.
So, minute 9 to go. Now, what's going to be interesting, first off, that was the first passing touchdown of the game, all rushing touchdowns to this point. Slaybach has 3 rushing touchdowns. Tate Geiser has 3 rushing touchdowns. Now, Michael Tomer has a rushing touchdown on his own. But it's just so much, and it's so much. Got a minute 9 here. Here is the kickoff and a sound tackle by Betty there. But again, all these are short kickoffs, really except one. Naduzzi catches it, and you wonder here with 67 seconds left to go in this second quarter. You think it may be best just to run it to the locker room or give it one more shot here, considering that Independence is going to start defensively in the second half.
I think you got to go all out here, and for that exact reason. I think you try to get into the end zone. Absolutely you do, because it looks a lot better. if you score here, let's say they're able to put a drive together because they still have some timeouts left, different things like that. If they're able to put a drive together here, score right before the half, and then create a turnover coming out of the half, this could really be a momentum switch.
Here is a throw on the outside. Corrigan will only gain a couple on that play. Independence has 1 timeout to use. The Bulldogs have 2, and they're just going to let this thing roll here, not kind of looking to the sidelines and maybe to take this in to halftime. I want to remind everyone again that at halftime you will hear the marching bands. Of course, Independence will be first as the road team, so their marching band will perform first. We'll have that for you coming up at the half. Here's Talmer. Will run out of the pocket, throw across body, and incomplete. Incomplete there for Beecher.
Which,
and 3rd and 8 coming up.
And that incompletion, really, I mean, it's not a bad thing, in my opinion. And the reason why it does stop the clock, you're able to get one of your plays together, maybe one that your players are a little more comfortable with, one that they've been running all season and that they know really well. And, just give Talmer that opportunity to find a guy down the field, try to make something happen. Because that's just it. We know that Talmer he's a good quarterback. He makes those plays happen, whether it's on his feet or with his arm. We've seen him do it before, so he just needs that chance and opportunity to do it here.
4 receivers set. Got trips here at the bottom here. Talmer will throw, and incomplete. It actually was between 2 defenders who both wanted the football, and because of that, it was dropped.
Yeah, it was Owen Beatty and Malone. And you can see it's what we were talking about. We need him to create an opportunity, a little underthrown, but Talmer's just trying to find that opportunity, and you could see it there as Malone just made the right read on it. So did Beatty. I mean, really, good job defensively there. As it looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, and obviously with the incomplete pass, the clock stops with 18 seconds. So as this gets going, high snap there, line drive punt that will stay in bounds, actually. Thought I was going to go out of bounds.
Good little punt.
Yeah, good punt. Did his job. Took off 10 seconds off the clock and fielded, or down rather, at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I think if you're Dalton here, you just kind of, I don't know if they'll take a knee, but they'll probably hand it off, just run out the clock there a little bit and go into half. Up by 40. I think the main thing for Independence is, come out, understand that you're down, but understand that there are a lot of opportunities. I mean, if we were just looking at the stats.
And they will take a knee right here, taking a half here, Jake.
But, yeah, I mean, if you look at the stats and just the way that the game's played out a little bit, yeah, you've had some mistakes here and there, but it's not a 40-point game. Independence could come back into this. There's a whole other half to be played.
Real quick to mention, I know the turnovers at the end of some of these drives have make it look like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But Independence, the last few drives, were able to kind of drive down the field and just not able to finish it. But they will take this into half. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear the marching bands. Dalton Bulldogs up against the Independence Blue Devils 47-7. Along with Jake Underwood, our entire CVC TV team. Anthony Alford here with you. Back in just a moment with the halftime entertainment from our marching bands.
It was basically us going, yeah, you can't do that. You can't be doing that if you're a coach.
popular music charts over the past couple of decades. To get things started, let's travel back to 2003 with a song that's become a rock anthem. Here is Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. Our next song was released in 2014 by American rapper and singer Pitbull. Here is Fireball. Takes back a few more years to 2012 when Macklemore had a huge hit with this song. Featuring our drumline, here is Thrift Shop.
we don't play any of our divisions here.
Yep.
We played 2 that beat us, and they squared off at the end of the season. Last game of this regular season, and both of them beat us. One of them beat the other.
Grand Valley Conference, streaming the game live. That's all.
Keep up with the Ohio High School Athletic Association tournament brackets, scores, photos, and news from around the state by going to the OHSAA website at www.ohsaa.org, along with the other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Connect with the OHSAA so that you can stay connected.
Got the ball back, same play. Keep up.
When 34s like that, you don't have to pass.
He's tough. He is tough.
All right, welcome back. So we get ready to start the third quarter just momentarily here. It is Dalton Bulldogs 47, Independence Blue Devils 7. Here on CVC TV, our game brought to you by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Hello, everybody. Along with Jake Underwood, Anthony Alford here with you. Peter David, Jim, Mike, all here, our entire team. Kevin Arnold off this week. And Jake, first half where, let's just be honest, Dalton Bulldogs took care of business.
Yeah, they did. And, you know, the game, it was from the very beginning that first play really set the tone for everything. And we've been talking about how, you know, it's the offensive line. And, I mean, you could see it here. Dalton's line just gets the great push right off. Right there, the snap, you can see the hole just opens wide, and he's just able to run with it. He breaks some tackles, and he took it to the house, and that was the first play for Dalton, and they haven't really looked back since then.
Yeah, that was Slaybach there, and it's just setting up.
And he's had what, 3 touchdowns? Tate has had 3 touchdowns. Malone's getting interceptions. I mean, they have played a complete game. The first half, it is very impressive to see the way that Dalton has played thus far.
Malone with two interceptions on his own, along with the passing touchdown or catch. And again, like you mentioned, Slaybach 3 touchdowns. Tate Geyser 3 touchdowns so far. Now the lone score for Independence is by Talmer, but for the Blue Devils, we said it near the end of the first half.
Yeah.
As Dalton, they're going to receive the football to start the third quarter. We said near the end of the first half. They're driving down the field offensively, but it's just not able to finish the drives. But there's some positive plays as they are driving down the field.
Oh yeah, if you're the Blue Devils right now, you're seeing where some of the opportunities are opening up and what you can take advantage of. And we saw that in the second half of the second quarter. So I think I think it's ideal for Dalton to get the ball here because you're going to find out you're going to find out with the defense if they get a stop for the Blue Devils. If the Blue Devils defense is able to stop Dalton here, you're going to see that momentum start to move a little bit.
Now, again, at this level, because we are in the second half, there is a running clock. So the clock only stops turnovers, change of possession, of course, but anytime the score difference is 30 or above, regular season or postseason, there is a running clock.
Yes.
But we're here at Orrville, Ohio, about 10 minutes out of Dalton High, 37 degrees. We're in November.
I'm going to protest to have it called the sleigh ball clock instead of the running clock because it just keeps going and going.
Yeah, you saw the student section there kind of keeping themselves warm for Dalton, but here we go. Casey McGee they're going to try the onside. Who's going to get the football? Dropping right down. Looks like Dalton will keep it.
Yeah, it looks like it was Mason McCoon was able to get the ball there, able to hop on it before Independence got the ball back. But if you're Independence, that's the kind of stuff you're going to have to do now. You're going to have to play aggressive, a little more risky because of the score, because of the situation that you're in. So on defense, I wouldn't be shocked if you see more people starting to, press the quarterback a little bit, get in there, put him under some pressure, different things like that, because you're going to have more risk and hope that you get the reward from it.
We'll talk about some of the potential halftime adjustments in just a moment, as Dalton will start at the 39. Here's Slaybach running on the inside. He will take it, and he's off to the races. And just like the way the first half started, the second half starts with a Slaybach touchdown.
Wow. Yeah, ooh.
That was 61 yards and a Bulldog touchdown.
And, I mean, if you're Dalton, that's how you wanted to start this half, right? That's exactly how you wanted to start the half. You saw Michael Tomer almost get in there. You saw a few other Independence players almost get in there to make the play. Unfortunately, they couldn't. Now, Independence blocked 2 straight extra points, so let's see if they could do it again.
Here is the Miller extra point.
And we got a flag.
Going to be offsides. The Tomer there jumped early. But remember, again, Independence started with the football in the first half. That drive ended quickly, and then Slaybot, first drive for Dalton, was a touchdown. Got another flag.
Yeah, they're getting him to jump. First time it was Tomer. This time it was Jack Cornick. It seems like Independence in that first half understood that snap count when it came to the extra point, and Dalton's calling them out on it right now. See if they really do.
Here we go again. Kick is up, and it's good. So Miller makes it 53-7. Let's go back to the big touchdown run.
And so you could see here, very similar to the play that we were showing you right during halftime. He's just able to he's able to find that open lane, work his way to the outside, and just once he's in open space, AA, he just turns on the jets and he's just gone. I mean, he is quick. He's a physical running back, and he's always keeping those feet churning. He's like a choo-choo train, just right down the field.
Can you do that sound effect one more time? Make sure we save that for future events. Get that in there. I will say that, again, what's been critical as well, the blocking, McCune, who had the kick return recovery before, had a critical block, saw in the replay before, and several other players. And they're getting the blocking not only just up front, but a second level, and that's been setting up these big runs.
That's a great point that you bring up. They are getting on to their guys, and they're just blocking them out, and that's all you want to do. And I will say Slayball does a great job of running. When you play running back, you're always told run to the butt of your blocker, and that's what he's doing. He's right on the butt of the blocker and able to find the holes.
High Knight with a kick down the middle, and Corrigan will return, and it will be down at the 32-yard line. And the Independence Blue Devils will get back the ball for the first time offensively in the second half.
Yeah, and it looks like it was Colin Hall that was able to get in there and make that tackle on special teams. If you're Independence here, AA, are you playing – what are you doing? Are you going air it out? Are you going to try to stay a little more balanced, or are you throwing like crazy?
Well, I wonder what head coach Rick Adams, again, who's done a phenomenal job with this program, I wonder – that's the question you probably want to go to.
Right.
The success, I think, we've seen from Independence spreading the ball out, at least as far as the drives are going. That's something they may have to approach. Here's a option pitch to the outside and stopped in the backfield.
Grayson Siders able to get in there, make that tackle. Those are those are those plays. I'll give them credit because they're trying to go outside of the box. They're going to try to catch Dalton sitting back a little bit, because I think everybody in the stadium right now is expecting an air-it-out approach, and that's why I wanted your opinion on it to see, because if they're going to go with the air-it-out approach, they're going to play their safeties a little more deep.
And Zigma had the ball there, but here's a play fake. Tomer will throw over the middle, or actually to the outside, rather, and that's incomplete. I almost confused it and said over the middle. Because there was an open man, but the ball kind of
Yeah.
migrate defensively there, makes a difference.
Yeah, and Beatty and Malone on coverage. That's
That's
something
been the story of the game.
that has been the story.
Those two, defensively and offensively, in the receiving position.
Yeah, Dalton is just. I mean, they are playing. The Bulldogs are just playing a complete game. They are really putting a good game plan together. They look really good.
We also want to acknowledge Bryce Johnson, number 1. He's down there. Haven't really went to his side much. Here's Talmer going up the field, maybe a yard, as defense Slaybach once again. We've been calling this name offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and it looks like Gavin Stitt was able to get in there and get that tackle. It's something. And if you're Independence, that it's not the way you wanted it to work. That's not the most ideal. But luckily, you're going to have an opportunity. If they could create a turnover on defense, they could start to, chip this lead away a little bit.
Ashton Lurtz punts, a directional kick, and on the turf, that will go out of bounds. We think the 47-yard line. And the officials will – and I think what's interesting sometimes is they marked it right at the 47. And I will admit, sometimes when you're officiating, you don't really see exactly where the ball goes out of bounds. It's a tough job.
Oh, yeah.
They do it. They get the job done as well. Check out ChagrinValleyConference.com. Get all the latest score updates. Got the CVC Athlete of the Week. And also, you go to Chagrin Valley Conference on YouTube. We thank you for joining us there as well. Look at our action live. And also, as that run goes up the middle, gain of a yard. Also, past events as well. Not just football, although you can look back at the previous football games, but also various other events that's going on all over the Chagrin Valley Conference. Chagrin Valley Conference on YouTube, as well as ChagrinValleyConference.com. 2nd and 9, 8:15 and counting to go in this third quarter.
And if you're Independence, you want to try to create a turnover here, get that ball back.
Rolling out to the right side, Stultz will throw, open, caught Malone. Out of bounds, past the 40.
There is a flag.
Yep, flag in the backfield.
We got some laundry on the field.
We got the laundry on the field. They're going to push this thing back.
And that on those type of plays that I said it earlier when it was the same type of penalty on Independence, those are the typical type of penalties you're going to get on a play that has so many moving players and pieces and parts. That's going to happen.
And that's something, of course, that whomever moves on in this postseason, especially starting in the next round, all neutral sites with the OHSAA. So something that these officials, they're going to watch, especially as the playoffs progress.
Yeah, because, those are the little things that when you're a playoff team, they might not let you get away with.
2nd and 14 from the 44. Bulldogs, Stultz throws. That is caught. Got a flag down on the play, off of the catch. But as of now, that'll be a first down pending the penalty.
I mean, they throw that flag with such authority. It goes flying.
Yeah, there we do there. That was Mullet with the catch on the outside. K. Mullet, he rotates in from time to time offensively.
And they're backing it up.
And that'll be penalty against the Bulldogs. So that play will be wiped out. And we got a 2nd and 20 from the 38.
It's interesting that they're passing it, Dalton. That's interesting to me. I understand it, but it's interesting.
Here is right on cue, here's a run.
Right.
And up the gut there, gain of a couple.
Yeah,
as Corrigan makes the tackle.
Corrigan's been all over the field for Independence as well. The score doesn't look ideal, but Corrigan's played. I mean, he's played an incredible game. Every big play for Independence has involved Corrigan somehow.
And that's been that way all season long. All season long, offensively and defensively. I mean, that's that's one of your leaders, junior leader. He's going to be back next year.
Yeah.
So they're going to Blue Devils, Rick Adams, entire coaching staff, this team, they're going to lean on him plenty next year. We got a boggle ball. Was that caught? Yes, it was. Good catch by Malone.
Yes, who?
And that ball, I believe, was deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely under pressure, and you can see it here as the defenders are getting in there. He wasn't able to get it completely follow through on the motion. A little short, but Malone able to dive, get his arms underneath it so it's not touching the turf, tuck it in for the catch.
Great job, and just staying poised, got that pressure up front, but able to make the play. Excellent play for Malone. Stoltz there able to make that throw, and another first down for the Dalton Bulldogs. From the 38-yard line, play clock down to 0. Pump fake, throw to the right side. Malone makes the catch.
Wow.
Unreal. Down inside the 5, down at the 3.
This is an incredible adjustment. I mean, Schultz pump fake, defense bites on it a little bit. He's able to throw it, and you could see there Malone able to adjust basically in midair as he's over the cornerback, able to bring it in as he makes that catch over Kornek, able to get his hands on it, tuck it, almost scores. I mean, that's a great in-air adjustment by Malone there. Wow.
Incredible, setting up a first to go from the 3. Lining up under center. See what happens here. Drop it back to pass, throw, and that will be a touchdown for Malone.
Yep. Yeah, quick little route out. I think everybody was expecting the run based on how the first half went. So, Malone able to get into that single coverage, take advantage of it.
Extra point opportunity coming up. It's just incredible. Just incredible. Just the way, just operating. The senior leader there, Malone. Here is the extra point by Miller.
And it's good.
There you go. Let's take a look.
All right, so
score.
I mean, everybody's expecting the run. Tate in the backfield, it's what we're used to, and you can even see the defense pushes up a little bit. A little too late. They bid on it. They thought it was going to be a run as well. Malone right there in the corner, able to make that catch, bring it in, touchdown. Malone is a very good football player. This is, I mean, both defensively and offensively, it's been a lot of fun to watch.
And again, we want to thank our title sponsor, Ohio Center for Oral Facial Implant Surgery, this year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice diagnosis and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral Facial Implant Surgery for all your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Our title sponsor. See them in the top right corner of your screen. Been our title sponsor all year long. Incredible. They're great dealing with any of those injuries, things like that. Here's the kick and immediately down. But Ohio Center for Oral Facial Implant Surgery, thank you guys very much for sponsoring CVC TV and the Chagrin Valley Conference. So you see here Slaybach here. We'll stay with him a little bit here. You got this big of a lead here. I know, he's a two-way player. I think this might be, I know he wants to keep playing. This might be a situation here, Jake. Maybe you think about next week.
Yeah, I mean, you've done enough. Go hang out.
Here's a run up the gut, and that will be Tomer on the QB keeper, Grant Johnson, with the tackle.
Yeah, and if I'm the Bulldogs, that's what I'm doing. I'm telling the slate ball, come on over, sit down. It's cold out. You're going to start getting tight eventually. You didn't play as much on offense. We didn't use you as much. You're going to start tightening up. It's cold out. So, yeah, come on over, sit down. Looks like they got some Gatorade down there. Have a drink.
Here is second and 6 and a sack. I'm only –
Of Gatorade.
Yes.
Of Gatorade.
Yes, it is Gatorade. Yes, it is. You want to predict the color of the Gatorade? Here's the replay. Let's take a look at the replay first. Yes.
All right, so let's take a look here. Thomas with the fake, and then the defense just swarming, able to get in there, make the play to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Absolutely. And again, mentioning the temperatures, again, 37 degrees.
It's cold.
And we're saying that in the booth.
Yeah.
Just thinking of our guys, Jim Wagner, Mike Allen, working the cameras. We're going to quickly get them up here. Here's the throw. And so only bring that up because our camera crew was with us in the booth last week at Lutheran West. And it was a interesting experience being with the camera crew.
Yeah.
I think they said the same thing about Kevin and I. But it was an interesting experience being with those guys. They do an unbelievable job. Peter, David, everyone here at CVC TV, they do an unreal job.
Yeah, it always looks good.
4th and 3 for the 44. Empty backfield, Tomer looking at his options. Incomplete, intended for Corrigan, and Malone on coverage.
Yeah, Malone just reading that play. You were able to see it develop to Corrigan. You knew where the pass was going. Corrigan's been the go-to guy all night for Tomers. Malone able to get in there, break that up like he needed to do to force the turnover.
So, and we're showing him right now. Malone he has the swag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if this was Madden like 13 when they had the Old Spice swagger,
yes,
yeah, he'd be about 95.
Oh man, you see it right there. That's good stuff there. You love to see football players.
Corvette.
Stop it. First and 10, new possession. The Bulldogs. Here's a run up the middle, and here's Geyser Tate. Geyser gets a few cuts. He is inside the 20.
Yeah, it looks like he was taken down. I see Tomers in there. It looks like Corrigan's in there as well. The names that we've been calling all night. And you can see here Dalton's offensive line able to get that push off, create that opening, right? Tate able to take it up there, make a cut, whoop, make a miss, whoop, make a miss. Nice little stiff arm.
Let's look at this here. Let's go back live here because we got a mass substitution. All the starters getting applauded as they all come off the field. And for this Dalton Bulldogs team, well deserved.
Yeah, they've played an incredible game. It looks like we have Colin Pearson, the sophomore, in at quarterback.
So here's the run on the outside, and we'll update.
And that was Sammy Tomlinson, the freshman.
Yes.
Look at that.
There you go.
Freshman getting in there, gets some playoff game experience. That's good stuff.
And
look at you, buddy.
And a quality last name as well.
That's right.
You gotta love it.
I'm excited. You know what? I'm excited about that. That's going to be fun to watch them play.
It is the end of the third quarter. The Dalton Bulldogs up on the Independence Blue Devils, 61-7. And again, we want to thank our partners, the Chagrin Valley Conference, FRST, First Responders for Sports Trauma Course and Physician Ambulance. Through this important partnership, FRST has helped prepare our first responders on the sidelines and throughout the league to consistently and expertly respond to trauma on the field of play. I want to thank FRST, our Physician Ambulance, and FRST for keeping our CVC community safe. For more information about this partnership, visit ChagrinValleyConference.com. Along with Jake Underwood, AA Anthony Alford, here with you in Orrville, Ohio, just 10 minutes out of the home team, the Dalton Bulldogs, who are up 61-7. 7.
Red Rider Stadium.
Yeah, that's where we are. Beautiful campus.
It is.
Beautiful campus here.
Plus, they have Smuckers. Did you see the Smuckers building?
I did not
the farm?
see that.
Oh,
they
buddy.
do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
You
incredible.
got to go check out the Smuckers farm and store.
We will. Only thing I saw down the street was the Taco Bell.
Well.
We'll check that out. Here's a run to the outside by Sammy Tomlinson.
Yep, Tomlinson.
So you're at this point of the game.
Yes.
Obviously, we'll start with the Bulldogs. How great is that to see, first off, all the starters at the same time being rewarded coming off the field, being congratulated by their parents, the fans, classmates, students. Incredible feeling as a starter.
It is, and that's a special moment for them as well. I mean, that's going to be something that they remember for a very long time. That was very cool to see.
Here, you got a flag there coming up there.
Colin Pearson completes it to Brady Highnight, both freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Highnight, I believe, is the kicker as well. So there's the kicker. See that?
There you go.
You know what I mean?
He thinks he got a good one.
We only got 10 more minutes. What do you think's going to happen?
Oh, boy, that rolling clock. You got to love it. But talk about these young players getting the opportunity in the playoff game. We do have the penalty. But the young players, who's the future of their program, getting these important playoff minutes.
So that's actually very big because now they know what it's like. You know, if they start next year, the year after, they're going to know what it's like already. Yeah, I mean, you know, the score is what it is, but to be able to get in there, you know, the lights are on. I mean, there's still people here. The stadium is still packed. They still have a lot of people in the stands. So to be able to play in front of this crowd in this atmosphere, that is a big deal for these players.
Here's Tomlinson getting up the field as well, setting up a 3rd down. We'll talk about the Blue Devils momentarily. I want to pass this word along here. You know, the state cross-country meet was today.
Really?
Yeah, the state cross-country. And I got to say, something I never could do, cross-country. I
can't run across a parking lot, so I couldn't imagine cross-country. You kidding me? You saw. I was struggling to make it to the entrance, and you're like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, we saw it. You almost didn't get let in. Here's Thomas on the outside. And good play defending. Able to get that one. So we got some results, got some representatives from the CVC in the meet. The CVC All-Ohioans from today's cross-country meet. Briella Collins, freshman from Harkin, finished Division II girls, 18 minutes, 46 seconds. That placed 14th.
Wow.
Again, as a freshman, which is
right. I mean,
to do it at that level is incredible.
To place it all is good. So, I mean, as a freshman, that's insane.
And over in the Division II boys state meet in 9th place, Nick Garshud-Wyko there, the sophomore from Hawken, able to place 9th.
Very cool.
So congrats to Nick. Also congrats to Briella.
Congratulations.
In the state cross-country meet this afternoon. Incredible. Actually, this morning, I should say, as Independence is back offensively. Yeah, so we got that as well. So here it is right here. The starters coming off the field.
That's such a cool moment, man.
I mean, and pretty much I believe that was a complete mass up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's such a good moment for them. I mean, for the parents, the students here. I mean, that's something they're going to remember for a very long time. So, wow.
We see that a lot.
That's pretty cool.
We see that with basketball. A lot of times in football, that doesn't materialize.
No.
So to see that in this moment is incredible. We got a low snap. Talmer will keep it rolling out and out of bounds. Now, for Independence, and look, we both played, and we've had runs in the playoffs where the game not only doesn't go your way, it doesn't go your way at all, and it's it. You as a starter, you want to stay in there and finish strong, especially you got seniors like Tomer, and he's going to come down And you want to finish this thing strong. This is the last moments of your football career.
Right.
And you want to finish this thing at a positive note.
Well, and not only that, but you bring up Tomer. Also think about Corrigan. Corrigan, yeah, he's a junior, but this is the last time he's going to play with this quarterback.
Yeah.
He's probably been with this quarterback for the last 2-3 years. So, while, yeah, it's not the result that you wanted, it's these moments that, you remember. You kept fighting. The score, not ideal. But the fact that they're still out there and they're battling back the way that they are is what is going to be remembered.
Also, a senior, Kyle Zigmont, who's been an impact player all year long for this Independence Blue Devils team. He did a lot of special things over his entire time with the Blue Devils. He makes the play right there. Incredible. I just want to mention as well, Ashton Lurtz, senior, left guard. Morgan Chris, the senior center. As this is dropped back, Tomer rolling out, calling out for the block, makes a cut, goes out of bounds at the 40. Also, number 52, Connor Kornick, the senior right tackle on the offensive line. Just want to get their acknowledgement in there, senior leaders on the team as well.
And, there are a lot of senior leaders, a lot of people leaving, but that's the way that it works with high school football. Now, the positive is that the underclassmen that are standing on the sideline remember this. And I was in a similar situation when I was in high school. This is, you're not going to feel great about this. You're never going to. But you're going to remember this and carry this feeling with you, and you are never going to want to feel like this again. So you're going to remember, that this was your quarterback's last game, or this was the guy who was in front of you at left guard or left tackle. This was his last game. And you're going to do everything you can to make sure that you never feel this way again in honor of them and yourself and your team and your coach and your peers.
Tonowski with the last catch there just now. And young players, Tomer will throw. Might have been a little bit deflected there, incomplete. You're going to remember, you're going to remember this score. You're going to remember, and this is something for everyone who's still there. This is something that you're going to remember throughout your entire off-season program, and then next summer when your strength and conditioning program kicks off. Like we had a great season, but sometimes that last score at the end, you remember that, and it's hey, here's a catch. There, Tonowski again making a catch. They're in the red zone inside the 5, but you're going to remember this.
So the game that keeps coming to mind is you're saying you're going to remember we played a school. We were up 8-0 at half, right, Double A?
Yeah.
We ended up losing 42-8. And it was our first game of the season, and that just sat with us. It was heavy in our stomach. We came out, and I want to say we won the next 3-4 games because you use that stuff as motivation. As weird as it sounds, a game like this is only going to make the Blue Devils better for the future.
And that's to say for the players as well as the coaches. There was a moment earlier in the game that happened, and it's experience. It's those things that you kind of build as well, learning going forward. So even as a team, you're learning and moving forward because none of us is perfect. We all make mistakes. And it's just something that you take away.
Right.
And here's the snap. Here's a good fake, wide open, and incomplete, just out of bounds.
Was a good throw, though. Was a good throw. Was a nice adjustment by the receiver there. He almost had it.
Yeah, Kyle Zigmont there. I will never forget, though, we had Independence against Cuyahoga Heights on CVC TV. Go check out the highlights on YouTube and ChagrinValleyConference.com. And just the back and forth they had with Cuyahoga Heights. The McGee hitting the game, the walk-off game winner. That's going to – just goes down.
Almost got out of it, too.
Nearly got out of it, but able to get him.
Cohen Riggenbach.
Yeah, able to get him down.
Yeah, he was able to get in there and just – we could see it here. We've been talking about it the whole time. It's one in the trenches. Tomer's able to get away, but Riggenbach gets in there, able to just trip him up a little bit, and then he falls down.
So play is stopped for a timeout. by Independence right here. So
you want to get you want to get a touchdown on the board here.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, obviously. Absolutely. And again, if this is going to be the last offensive drive of the season,
yeah. And then a high note.
Independence, ended on a high note.
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. Well, I'll just say this, though. I mean, for the Independence Blue Devils coming in, 8-2 regular season record.
Right.
Got the playoff win last week. I mean, Rick Adams, he's really built something special.
Oh, absolutely.
Over the last few years, with the Blue Devils. And anyone who's, because here's the thing sometimes. You sometimes in the school have potential, you have students who potentially could be great football players.
Right.
That just don't sign up.
Right.
But I think a good team like this, you might get a few more of those players who like, hey, maybe, football is going to be fun.
Definitely. And the future is going to be good for them. I mean, yeah, this isn't the result that you wanted, but you still made it to the second round of the playoffs. It's the things that that's what the takeaways are. You still have good young players coming back, underclassmen coming back. You're going to be all right next year.
Independence as the 5th seed. Dalton is the 4th seed in Division 7, Region 25. Here's a throw to Zigma. Incomplete.
Tomlinson on the coverage there, I believe. That was really nice play. Excuse me, that was Brady Heinite, the kicker.
Yeah. How about that?
The kicker in coverage. Wow.
Yeah, so.
That's always fun to see.
Yes, it is. So that was a 4th down, so it'll be a turnover on downs. And the Bulldogs will get it at the 15-yard line. Here's the run up the gut here and going up the field, gaining several yardage now. Here's a new tailback.
That's Alex Hess.
Yeah, number 21,
yeah.
freshman tailback / linebacker. So here's the other thing that I wanted to mention too. Sometimes, if you're on the freshman team,
yep.
you may not get an opportunity to dress on the varsity team the next day. But during the postseason, you may get an opportunity to dress.
And take advantage of it. That's what the young players have to do. And we just saw with Alex Hess, yeah, you're going to have to take advantage of those opportunities because there's no telling when you're going to get that opportunity again.
Hess once again with the football. Gains a few yards on the play. We got Brady Gable as the quarterback in minute 20 to go in the game.
And I believe it was Lucas Martinez getting in there on the tackle, the defensive end, number 21 for the Blue Devils.
So, a few more plays to go here before we put a wrap to this one. 2nd and 3. Got a minute remaining in this one. And again, these critical minutes, just making sure you get the right play in, executing the play. Got a little bit of a high snap, but Tomlinson with the ball running to the right side, and good play defensively.
And Dalton also taking their time with calling the play. They let the clock run down a little bit before they snapped it, which, that's always good to see. You don't want anybody, getting out of hand and different things like that.
Real quick, let's get this in before the end of the game.
Do it.
We do have a score update on SugarValleyConference.com. Kirtland will move on in the postseason. They win over Manchester Panthers 37-0. And again, an undefeated season. But as the clock winds down, we will put a wrap to this one as it is now final. The Dalton Bulldogs with a win over the Independence Blue Devils 61-7. A pretty standout performance from start to finish. Jake, we'll start with the Dalton Bulldogs, excuse me. Your final thoughts on an unbelievable performance.
If you ever want an example of how important it is to have a good offensive and defensive line, they just created opportunities all night. The defensive line was able to get in there, I don't want to say rattle Tomers, but definitely put some pressure on him, and he forced some throws. We saw the interception early in the game. That next play, the offensive line took over, was able to get Slayball the 60-yard touchdown it was. I mean, you know, Dalton just they did a great job tonight, but they won the game up front, and that's what you need to do.
And again, great job by Brock Dial, the head coach for the Dalton Bulldogs, getting his guys locked in, ready to play here in Orrville. And for the Independence Blue Devils, obviously not the type of game that you wanted today, but obviously a great season and some lessons to be taken away from this game.
Well, and that's the main thing. So, yeah, it never feels good to lose. But are you gonna sit here and mope about it? Or are you going to be able to look at the tape, see what you need to fix going into next season? Based on what we know about the Independence Blue Devils program, I think they're going to look at this tape and they're going to be that much better next year.
And right before we wrap, you see the Independence Blue Devils right in front of their student section, I believe band as well there. Yeah. So you see that in the center camera there. So great work there. All right, we're going to get Mike and Jim out of the code because they're the ones braving the elements, even though Peter and David are like, they can stay out there. And even David is just like, let's go home.
Come on, let's go.
They're like, let's go. So we'll put a wrap to this one here for our entire team here. Jake Underwood, Peter, David, Jim, Mike, all of us here, AA Anthony out for signing off. It's been an incredible year here at CVC TV football. We've got several other events coming up here as well. So we will see you next time. Again, catch the replays, ChagrinValleyConference.com and Chagrin Valley Conference on YouTube. Again, for everybody here, the final tonight, the Dalton Bulldogs 61, the Independence Blue Devils 7. So long, everybody.